Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the booth tonight. The Bobcats and the Huskies getting things underway. We're a little bit behind. As you see, the Huskies are now going to come into the lead on your scoreboard. But we are back here in the booth for another volleyball contest. It's been about a week, but it's Matt Venezia in here with you in the booth to help you get through tonight's huge contest as the Huskies are off to a 3-0 lead here early on in the contest. As Battlefield and Flint Hill going head-to-head, these are two state contending teams throwing everything they've got at each other, and we are excited to be able to call it tonight. Zoe Huang will be serving it right now for the Huskies as they have a 3-0 lead. Down to a knee is Emma Morris. Jenks on this set, goes back to the Stanford commit, and it's just a little bit too far out of play, and it's suddenly now 4-0 Huskies on some miscues by Battlefield. They're off and running. We want to introduce the crew to you tonight. Matt Venezia, that's me here on the air. To my left, we have Logan Cleary. He helped us with some shots earlier, did some lineup stuff for us. And we have Eden Kaplan to my right. She's going to be doing something new we've never had as Morris from way downtown puts that one in. Eden's going to be writing a bit of a journal entry, kind of summarizing a little bit of a recap of how tonight's contest goes. So make sure to look out for that. We're going to put that on Twitter and on Instagram. We're so excited. What a great day for some volleyball. Here's a drive. It was knocked down by Arthur and some miscommunication. Actually, as Battlefield now was on the board, it's 5-1 Huskies. The girls trying to get their game situated. We are now live and underway here at Battlefield. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Just 2 viewers so far. We'll get to where we want to be by the end of the night. Libero for tonight, Carson Carroll rocking the purple. Nice floater by Morris. Huang kept it up. Here it comes! And it went over and good. The block effort by Morris and Arthur would be denied. And it's now 6-1 Huskies. They're making their presence felt. To my right, we have the Den, and they're rocking pajamas tonight, and they're going to be loud all night. We were here the other night for the Colgan Sharks game here at Battlefield for the Den's blackout, and my goodness, one of the loudest high school games I've ever experienced, and definitely for volleyball. As you see Arthur with a mean drive. Rachel Larson kept it up. Morris kind of double hit it there, and the Huskies will get ready to go. Here it comes. Carroll down with a nice dig. Adams, back row, Quintero's got to send it over. She does. Backing up to make the play, it's Sydney Reed. Another illegal touch there. The Bobcats, for just a second time, will be on the board. Seems like we're flying at you with all these different words. A lot of action going back and forth. But we're okay. We might lose our voice by the end of the night, but that's all right. Nice diving effort there by the libero for tonight's contest, Caroline Rich. Jenks got it back to Adams, floats it. Big rejection there at the top of the net by Huang. Lying down, it couldn't go. Battlefield cuts the lead in half. It is now 6-3. So it'll be Emma Morris coming into your picture right now on the serve. Huang with a rough go. And Battlefield is starting to chip away now. The deficit is just 2. A live student section here to my right. We got some admin and some teachers behind me. We're ready for this one. Everybody's excited in their pajamas. We even had ours on earlier, but not anymore. We're not doing that. Wow! Looked like a bullet right off of that one. What a drive by the Huskies, Elena Dupre. You know, we did the in-game announcements early on and put a little bit more emphasis on the ladies' names here for Battlefield as, you know, home team trying to get the fans amped up. And my goodness, what an atmosphere it was. We're expecting a lot more fans tonight. But here in the first set, the Huskies off and running 7-4. Quintero a little too much on it. And she pretty much just teed it up there for a drive by Saluski. And she couldn't get it over, so Quintero gets away with a little bit of an error there on her part, but now Battlefield trails by just 2. It'll be Merriam Arthur doing the serving for Battlefield. Setting it back. Here it comes again. That one. Long discussion. And Coach Mills wants to talk. The fans booing it there. They're going to give that kill effort to Huang as she got up atop of the net, and now it's 8-5 Huskies. Flint Hill winning states last year. Battlefield's going to have their work cut out for them tonight. The Bobcats obviously a state contending team. Hopefully this upcoming season, they definitely have the talent. The core of the team being juniors, they're expected to get back to the promised land later in October. We're going to be there the entire way should we get there. Link had a little too much on it. Battlefield will take the free points, and the deficit goes back to 2. Olivia Clark on the serve for Battlefield. Little too much on it. And it was close. They're going to give that one to the Huskies. Watching that one all the way to make sure it wasn't going to come back. There was Denver Pugh. The unassist there on the Huskies' points. You know, we're going to do a little bit of an interview as there's a chance, and it wouldn't get over. Pugh gives the points right back to Battlefield. The score is now 9-7. Battlefield making some substitutions. Emma Morris checking back in, as is Ellie Yates. So some more Bobcats checking in. Hannah Nelson's back out there. So a little bit of a rotation working for both sides. It's expected to be a fun, long one the entire night as Quintero on the serve. Getting down to Aeneas Larson. Here comes the bid. Blocked down. It's still in play. Nelson didn't find it. She didn't know about it. Here it comes from Morris. Blocked in the front row. Still alive for the Huskies. They can't make the play. So it's now 9-8. The Bobcats have trimmed the lead to the shortest it's been since it was 1-0 Flint Hill. Sydney Reed in the back row. Pugh will send it over. Played by Quintero to the front. Clark, and now Nelson looking for the tie. It wouldn't go. Link couldn't get it over the net. Battlefield has come to tie. Sorry if it sounds like we're screaming right now. We got only 3 viewers right now. We'll get to where we want to be. We had about 25 last week. When we did the Forest Park opener. That's the last volleyball game we've done. So Quintero sends it over, receiving it, it's Larson. Link got it for a drive. Carson Carroll dug it out nicely. Clark for Morris. In the back row, Pugh got it to the front. It'll go back to Pugh. Our scoreboard on the left side just shut off. And it couldn't be played by Ellie Yates for Battlefield, and Flint Hill will get the lead right back. The Bobcats have not had the lead at any point of tonight's contest. They just tied it for the first time since it was 0-0. We're going to be asking Logan and Eden some questions here in the booth, kind of the experience of how the Battlefield Sports Network's been. Stay tuned for that, maybe during a timeout or in between a set. Wow. Sydney Reed looked like she was taking a Happy Gilmore golf shot right there. She teed that one up and let that one fly from her right hand, and it's now 11-9 in favor of Flint Hill. My goodness, what an atmosphere here at Battlefield. Quintero up to the front. Morris having to run to it. Back to Juju. Skipping it off the net. And somehow the Huskies keep it alive. Yates, kind of an awkward hit. Morris has to send it over on a bump. Pugh, tapped. That's a third hit. Battlefield with the point. It's now 11-10. The Huskies right there getting one by Olivia Clark. The lead is now 12-10 Flint Hill. Nobody's burned a timeout yet, so we're still waiting to see that. Battlefield had themselves in a little bit of an early deficit. They've dug themselves out of that hole, and the lead for Flint Hill right now is just 2. Zoe Huang will send it over. Quintero, kind of an awkward hit there. Gotta wonder what that's about, and Coach Mills getting right up off the bench, making sure everybody's set there. We got Mr. White behind us chanting out here. We appreciate his efforts tonight. Large crowd here tonight at Battlefield, maybe a little bit more than what we had for Colgan on Monday. That serve by Huang sailed over the head of the Battlefield back row, and it's now 13-11. Some more subs coming in for Battlefield as we see Hillary Adams and Kat Jenks subbing in. Olivia Clark will have a seat. She'll recharge as well as Ellie Yates. As for the rest of the Bobcats, they remain the same out there. Huang. On the way, Carroll, nice dig. Jenks back. Morris tipped off of Huang. Battlefield has come to within 1. I gotta remember, we have to go back to last year, the last time we had a tight volleyball game. Obviously in the region semis last year, the Bobcats were swept 3-0. It would have to have been maybe the Patriot series in like triple overtime. A long extended set as you see the Huskies surviving that effort. Pew, a little too much. Battlefield has tied it. It would have to be the Cedar Run District Championship at Patriot. It was in set number 5. It was conceding, you got to win by 2 points or more. And it was back and forth, I think, until we got about 25. That was the closest game I've ever called. As you see that one going off Arthur and out of play, the Bobcats surrender one there. I believe that was the last time that we've had anything this tight. But we're expected to see. I'm not surprised if this thing goes to 5 sets. And if this thing is tight the entire way, I would not be shocked. These are... Get a little confusion here in the booth. I think I know volleyball more than a former volleyball player here, Needham Kaplan. Meanwhile, Battlefield has come to tie, but now the Huskies will send one on the way. Pugh had to just use a little bit of a front set there to get it over. Adams for the lead. Diving out, what a play by Lynch. Jenks back, a nice floater by Adams. Battlefield with their first lead of the night. The Bobcats have come to tie it. Take the lead, the first lead of the night for Battlefield. Timeout, Huskies. We will step away and regain our voice and focus out here. You're watching it here on the Battlefield Sports Network. The Huskies 14 and your Bobcats 15 here on the Battlefield Sports Network.
Wow. No, it's not. Am I right? Volleyball, it's 3 out of 5. Right? You gotta win 3. You're wrong. I've been to so many games. I can switch the camera to do this, and we'll get a boot access. You want to do that? I have to flip the camera to do the boot access.
Back here out of the Flint Hill timeout. And doesn't look like a large student section for Flint Hill. Looks like a lot of parents coming out here. But we had a parent for Flint Hill get their crowd riled up. It's motivated the Battlefield 10 a little bit to get themselves going. It's pajama night here at volleyball. So we see a lot of pajamas being rocked tonight. That one's going out. Battlefield will get one back. Oh, looks like we added the wrong point. So actually Battlefield will take a, they're up by 1. Just their second lead of the night that the Bobcats have had. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Here comes a tip on the way. Quintero stepping up. And they're going to call it a double on Flint Hill. Battlefield with their largest lead of the night. It's now by 2. So the Bobcats have their largest lead of the night. It's 2 points here at Battlefield High School in Haymarket. We had a bit of a traffic issue. That might be why people are walking in a little late. A big accident on 15 headed here towards Battlefield on 15 North. Right in front of the intersection that gets you to Battlefield and Giant. Our thoughts and prayers up to whoever was involved in that. I drove by it to get here. Looked like a lot of damage to 4 cars, but nobody seemed to be injured. So that's always good. And obviously before tonight's contest, we had a moment of silence for the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attacks 18 years ago. We send our best to the families and the people that were impacted so heavily by that, and our country as a whole was affected. Not sure if Joanne should have played that one. I think it was heading out, but she does play it. That allows the Huskies to tie it up. We're square at 17 here in set number 1. A diving play by Carroll. Nice little pancake by her. Stepping on Aegis Quintero. The ladies get reset. Here comes a chance by Saluski. The Bobcats keep it going. Tipped over. Diving is Hillary Adams. Carroll going back to Quintero. Nice play by the libero Larson. Back to Larson. She bumps it on over. Joanne and Carroll on the effort. Now Adams from downtown. Carroll receives it. Jenks to QQ. Diving out. And a great volley going right now. Sent on over by Larson. Jenks in the front row. Got it to Nelson. Skips it off the top of the net. Reed. Here comes a chance. Floated over by Pugh, diving out is Carroll. Jenks on the convert. Fielded by Link. Here come the Huskies. And that one ate up Cat Jenks. And it's now 18-17. Flint Hill. Joanne playing it up. Jenks, now it's going to go to the Pepperdine commit Quintero. And that one ate her up. Flint Hill is going to take a 2-point lead. And Coach Mills calls for time. Battlefield will rethink it. The Huskies have a 2-point lead into this break. We'll step away here on the Battlefield Sports Network.
I mean, that's really all I need. You can go in there. Go into the booth camera.
Ready? Booth. You don't have to talk. Booth camera. Ready? We're back here. We're going to flip it over. We're going to flip it to the booth. Back here in the booth, it's Matt Venezia helping you out here. We got some fans behind us. This is our setup for tonight's contest. The Bobcats obviously trying to rethink what they're doing right now. They trailed by just 2. Plenty of game time left. We got Logan here to my left. We got Eden here to my right. Logan helping us out with some video, and Eden's going to be doing some journal entry. We'll send it back to the playing surface right now. And there's an effort. And Link couldn't get it over. Battlefield will crawl back to within 1. More substitutions being made for Battlefield. Flint Hill, not really any students here to support them, but the parents that have made the trip, they're loud. They're very loud. And you know, here to my right, we're like screaming to the den, you know, to compete with this. They're getting outshined here by some adults. Link sets it back out of the back row. It's going to be Reed. Stepping in is Clark. Carroll, it's got to be played over by Battlefield's. Here come the Huskies. A drive on the way. Couldn't get it over the net. Battlefield has tied it. So the serve over by Clark, diving out is Larson. That one ate up Joanne and Carroll. Flint Hill with a 1-point lead. And in a game that's so tight like this set, whoever comes away with it is going to have a huge step forward, obviously, with the lead heading into set number 2. But this takes a lot of energy, a lot of moral from players individually to pull away from tight sets like this. So we'll see how the winner of this set is Nelson can't get it over. A nice block there by the Huskies. We'll see how whoever wins this set, it'll impact the loser of this set. If it brings more energy out of them, if they're just beat mentally, it'll be something to look out for in the second set. We'll keep you posted on that. But right now the Huskies with a 21-19 lead. Denver Pugh diving out is Joanne, looking to redirect it off the net. Battlefield into a bit of a hole. Backing up is Yates, coming on into play. Joanne, that one had a lot on it. And Coach Mills, after 4 unanswered by Flint Hill, she'll request time. The Bobcats got to go over their game plan. Flint Hill in the driver's seat right now here in set number 1. We'll step away here on the Battlefield Sports Network. Back here in the booth, Matt Venezia with you once again. We're going to go over a little bit of our social media handles. Here in the bottom right, you see the YouTube account, Battlefield Sports Network. To the right, for Twitter and Instagram. We're now on Instagram at BHS Sportsnet. Give us a follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. You'll know everything going on with Battlefield Sports as It looks like it's going to be a double on Flint Hill. Battlefield will claw now back to within 3. Our weekly recap videos with interviews, past live streams, all on YouTube. And we give you updates during the day of what stream we're covering, the stream schedule, all on Instagram and Twitter. We just partnered up with the Battlefield Salt class, and we made a commercial for Friday's Gold Out football game, the true meaning behind why we're wearing gold. Go ahead and check that out. It was so much fun. We would really support that. And, you know, all the people that are impacted by childhood pediatric cancer, it would mean the world to us if you could check that out. Quintero got it over Larson. Nice play. Hannah Nelson puts Battlefield back to within 2. So Battlefield, you're down by 4. You're clawing back now. This is going to be interesting to see what happens this way forward. So Quintero down to a knee is Larson. Setting it up is Link. A tip. Yates couldn't find it. It was right next to her. And the Huskies have match point right now here for set number 1. They are 1 point away from claiming the first set. Battlefield's going to need 4 unanswered to come away with it here in set number 1. Quintero steps up. Clark got it back for Yates. That one rolling around. Battlefield will score there. Nice placement by Ella Yates. And it ate up the Huskies' Lauren Saluski. The Bobcats will take it. They trail by 2. And is it you got to win by 2 if it's tied, right? All right. So Battlefield can just find 2 more. It makes the next point more manageable and less stress-free. At least for us. Carson Carroll, fielded by Pugh. A drive on the way. They score. So Flint Hill's going to take set number 1. The Huskies kind of ran away with it in the first. Battlefield, it seemed like they were always playing catch-up, and that's what they had to do for the majority of the set. The Huskies come away with set number 1. We're going to take a little bit of a break as there's 3 minutes on the clock. We're going to step away and get you back here for set number 2. The Huskies on top 1-0 here on the Battlefield Sports Network. We got to get these people amped up.
Okay. Let's go, Matt.
We got to get the energy out. We need more chants.
I mean,
You don't go here. You don't go here. There we go. Alright, they're not motivated. There we go. Yeah, why not? Let's go. Hey, dude, they're not doing anything. We need to be loud. I'm gonna go get a Gatorade.
Matt! Ray Hauser!
Yeah, I get this from what day is it? Holy day! You got it, then? I got it.
Back here in the booth, Matt Venezia. The Flint Hill Huskies pulled away there in a tight first set, 25-22. Some adjustments that Battlefield's going to need to make. One thing that we're noticing early, a little bit of kind of court awareness, kind of where they are, the ladies are individually out on the floor, where the ball's coming in. We saw a few times where the Huskies were able to come away with points where Literally, the ball dropped right next to, a Battlefield defender. So that's obviously got to be cleaned up. The Huskies are showing no remorse right now, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Bobcats respond here in set number 2. But it looks like we're almost set to go. The Bobcats getting hyped up.
Let's go, Pat.
And the Huskies wasting little time. Elena Dupree with an absolute rocket off her right hand. And Flint Hill grabs the first points of the set. The Bobcats really needing to respond to this right now. Both the Huskies and the Bobcats coming into tonight's contest, they're undefeated. Morris has to get that one over. Larson responds with it. Another drive, and it's being teed up right now. Elena Dupree is feeding off these. The Bobcats don't have anybody in front to get a block on the way, and it's 2-0 Flint Hill, just like that. Battlefield really needs to get the front row more involved on those efforts up front. The front row is killing Battlefield right now, both offensively and defensively. All the Flint Hill points right now are coming from those front row kills. Battlefield's really going to need to make that adjustment. Quintero in the back, got it up to Jenks. It's going to be Arthur. She responds with a bomb of her own. Merrim Arthur makes it 2-1. Emma Morris will get the serve for Battlefield. Larson maybe had a little too much on it. And just like that, the Bobcats will tie it. I thought they were going to call Merrim there. Her hand was over the net. Could have been a controversial call there. Bobcats get away with it. It's now tied at 2. Emma Morris down to a knee is Larson. Huang, nice floater. Punched safely by Quintero. And Battlefield, once again, the ladies just not really there. I mean, Juju made a hell of a play to kind of be aware of where it was coming. She tipped it, bought the girls a little bit more time to be able to make the play on it. And the girls around her and behind her not really there to help her out. So just like that, Flint Hill will get the lead right back. It's now 3-2. Carroll, Jenks, a back set to Adams. What a block. The combo of Pugh and Dupre is killing Battlefield right now. There's no other way to say it. All the points are coming right now. So it's now 4-2. Flint Hill doubling their lead here against Battlefield. It'll be Pugh on the serve. Quintero out of the back, got it for Jenks. And it's sent right back over the Bobcats, keep it alive. It's got to be sent over by Joanne. Huang to the back. Here it comes Pugh. She floats one. Carroll trying to stick it. The Bobcats just not really ready for that effort, and Flint Hill leads by 3. Here it comes Pugh. She was going for the kill. She had to play it as it was heading out. Jenks, Quintero, got it. Oh, maybe not. What a play. My goodness, what a play. We thought she had it. Arthur throwing everything she's got. Looked like a fair catch there. I've never seen that before. A chance on the way. And Dupre cashes in once more. And it's now 6-2. Carroll, a front set, got it to Jenks. She's going to go to Juju. Diving out, nice play out of the back by Larson. Here it comes, a float by Dupre. Battlefield was ready for that one. Jenks, here comes Adams. Got it. It was blocked down. Pugh tried to make a play on it. It was a little too much for her. Hillary Adams, she doesn't believe me when I say it, but I think she's got the fastest kill here on Battlefield. The way she just gets high over the net, sends one down to the floor, but she denies it. I mean, humbly, she denies it, obviously. I don't think she'd be something, never mind. But definitely one of Battlefield's more aggressive goal scorers, or point scorers. And now a little bit behind, and again, the Bobcats not ready for another kind of a weak hit. That one didn't really have a lot on it. And it's now 7-3 Flint Hill. The Bobcats really need to close this gap a lot. Dupre, Juju, Jenks, and now Adams once again. Partially blocked in the air. Stepping on in was Bryant. Huang, back to Dupre. A little too much maybe. No, it caught the back. It's 8-3. And Coach Mills directing traffic to Quintero. And the deficit is stretching now to 5. Floated over, diving out is Dupre. Huang played it out of the front. Here it comes again, my goodness. You can't defend that. You just can't defend that. Pugh is feeding off of these opportunities. There is a reason that the Huskies were the Class 6A state champions last year. So it's now 9-3.
Yep.
Jenks, it'll be Adams going cross side. Talk about a blindsided play. Link had no idea that was coming to her. And Battlefield will cash in right there. It is now 9-4. More substitutions being made as Olivia Clark will check in. Huang goes to the far side. No chance for Damashi as she dove on down. Flint Hill adds another one. They're in double digits. More subs being made. I mean, Damashi made she made a great play getting over there to dive, but when it comes that fast, the trajectory of Pugh's shot, I mean, there's not much you can do there, right? So obviously Battlefield really needing to adjust to those efforts. Carroll's got to send it close. Quintero kind of jumping out looking like a flying squirrel, and then that play couldn't have been made by Pugh. Battlefield is now within half of the lead. It's now 10-5. Can the Bobcats build something? They've never really had a run. They've never really had a run going. They really need to find it here. All the momentum still remains with Flint Hill. This is their largest lead of the night. Even with this 5, they had 6 just now. Quintero. Not really expecting it to land right where it did was Rich, but she got it to the front. Quintero, what placement by the Huskies. It's now 11-5. Obviously playing an early opponent like the Huskies, a team this good early on in the contest, it's something that Battlefield should take and use to build off of. You know, being able to see what type of competition you need to be able to compete with at the highest level, and no better team to do that against the defending state champs. So the Bobcats are having their work cut out for them tonight as you see Rachel Larson get it up to the front. Reed got up high. Quintero tried to play it. It is a 7-point lead. Not sure why Coach Mills isn't burning a timeout. It would not be a bad idea to do one right now. And it's now 12-5. Pugh, Carroll, Quintero to the front. That one's got to be sent over, and it is. Link, a chance. Nice block by Battlefield. That one's got to be sent over. It is by the Huskies. Clark backing up Carroll. She finds it, and it's going to be Morris getting up high. Sent right back down by Nelson. Battlefield responds. Nice putback by Hannah Nelson. Battlefield trails by 6. Now, once again, we ask the question, can Battlefield build off of what they're doing right now? They've got the den behind them. Carson Carroll. That one ate up. Larson. Reed. She sends it over. Clark in the back right. Got it for Carroll. Now back to Yates. She's going to have to get it over. Doing so successfully. Link. Now Reed. And Quintero doesn't really know what happened there. And the lead is now 7 once again. 13-6. Flint Hill with the lead. We want to thank everybody for tuning into tonight's contest. 6 viewers right now. We had a lot more last game, probably because a lot of people are here watching. We'll see what happens as the night goes on. We'll see what happens going on throughout the night. Got a great Battlefield crowd here. It's great to see the ladies feed off that energy. It would help, if they were a little bit louder. That's what we're trying to do. Wow, what a block. What a block. Gabby Masiello with one of the most aggressive blocks you'll see at this level. It's 14-6, timeout Battlefield. We're going to step away. The girls need adjustments. Flint Hills looking good right now. Can the Bobcats put a foot in the door? We'll find out here on the Battlefield Sports Network.
I didn't have to ask her. No, I'm doing my work.
Oh, that's right. Make up your own battle and go on there.
Back here in the booth, Arthur serves it over. Link, back to Reed. Olivia Clark for Battlefield, got it for Carson Carroll. And now stepping up, Hillary Adams couldn't make the play. The Huskies with their largest lead of the night, it's now 9. So it's now 15-6. Ashton Hamilton stepping up for Battlefield. A chance on the way. Pugh in the back row kept it alive. Now another chance by Gabriello. Clark sets up. Here comes Hamilton getting up high. Somehow this one's got to be sent over. It runs out of legs. And it's now a 10-point deficit for Battlefield. And Battlefield's going to get the points out of that. The girls finding some points. They got a long hill to climb here before they can make this thing somewhat close here in the second set. Battlefield making some more substitutions. It's now 16-7. The Huskies have gotten on several runs tonight, and the Bobcats are going to need to find some of their own to come back into this thing. You don't want to go down 2-0 into the third set against the defending state champions. How big of it is it right now to find some way to come back into this? Nice rejection, actually. No, that one got through. Nice block there by the Huskies. It's now 17-7. Carson Carroll directing traffic for Battlefield. Hamilton got it up for Jenks. This one's got to be sent over. It'll be Hamilton. Pugh. Wow. If I'm not mistaken, Elena Dupre has to have the best kill in the state. I mean, whenever she gets the ball, it looks like, just, wow. Unbelievable stuff we're seeing from Flint Hill tonight. Jenks chasing it down. Now Adams. It's 19-7. it suddenly became very quiet here at Battlefield. Obviously, we'll have the third set to decide if Flint Hill can keep it up there, but the Bobcats will need to figure something out. Hamilton, now some mental issues here, just not able to, some mental, personal mistakes happening now on the floor. It's 20-7. Hong got it for Jinx. And that one now just too much on it. It's 21-7. The lead is triple. And it's now 21-7. You know, one thing that's interesting here, it might just because the Bobcats realize, and uh-oh. We're going to step away. A little bit of an issue here with our fans on the sideline. We're going to step away here. Not really sure what's going on. We'll be back. So there's an issue with one of our fans. I guess no cowbells are allowed, here at the game. Nice dive by Eileen Hong. And, I mean, just an airmail there by Ashton Hamilton. And the Bobcat deficit is 15. And, honestly, as this set is probably a throwaway for Battlefield, they're going to be down 2-0 going into 3. You notice only Carson Carroll and Hillary Adams, and I guess Kat Jinx, too. But the big Battlefield weapons, okay, now Juju's checking in. As you see the Battlefield get on the board there, it's now 22-8. Coach Mills resting a lot of the starters to be ready to bring it their best in that third set, with Battlefield most likely going into it down 2-0. Wong. And Flint Hill needs 2 more to take a 2-0 lead. And wow, so Battlefield obviously actually, we didn't really realize this entire game. We actually had Flint Hill spelled wrong. We're going to fix that right now. We're going to get that fixed right now. It's now 23-9. And as I say that, Elena Dupre continues to make quick work of Battlefield out here. Just a demoralizing game to this point. The Flint Hill crowd getting loud. Jenks over to Quintero. Tough play going to have to be made. That one's got to be sent over, and it is. Nice play. Carson Carroll up to the front. Jenks goes to the side. And an airmail. If I count right, that's about 8 points Battlefield's given up on just hitting it out of play. The Huskies win the set 25-9. And we play another one. It's 3 out of 5. I did say that, and Eden didn't believe me. So we're going to send it now to commercial. Battlefield is going to have a long road to come back should they pull this thing off. It's 2-0 Flint Hill. We'll step away here on the Battlefield Sports Network.
Tears.
Dude, we're gonna need.
My cowbell got confiscated.
I know.
That's not a thing.
Dude, the ref kept looking over. Like, how soft is?
I'm not thinking.
Wow. What's up?
How's it going over here?
Just as good as it is out there, just game.
It's like a whole team effort. This is so cute. How come I'm looking to this live stream?
Yeah.
Can they hear me right now?
I mean, yeah, they can hear the computer picks up some background noise, so they can
Can I
probably
say
hear us.
hello to the fans?
Yeah.
Hello, Bobcat.
Say something about Deca.
Wait, turn it around.
Here, I'll put it on you. Put this on.
Hello, Bobcat fans.
Say something about
Oh my God, it's
Say
me.
something about
Join DECA. It's the best club at Battlefield. Not DECA. What the hecka?
Oh, can I plug something to you? No,
Wait, Arlie, you want to say something about SBA?
Can I say something about my club too? Is it
To the teachers or the...
Everyone.
Okay, well, whoever's watching, if you're a parent, get your kids to join STA so they can get involved in the school, or have them sign up for SALC, the Student Activity Leadership course, or SALT, the Student Athlete
A lot of great things
Leadership
going on here at Battlefield.
Leadership Team.
Here we go. All around plug.
Hey guys, all you Battlefield High School students, make sure you join Knitting Club. I know it seems a little weird. We're knitting our own cords for graduation. Hallie and I are the presidents. Our interest meeting is next Wednesday after school in room 1126. We'll teach you how to knit, we'll give you needles, we'll give you yarn. It's so fun, great skill to have. We're knitting cords, you know you want a cord. That's all. Thanks. Back to Matt. Back to commercial. Wait. How do I okay.
So that kind of gives you a little bit of an update of kind of everything we have going on here at Battlefield. It's just not our sports team. Battlefield is a 5-time state champion school. But even away from athletics, the things that Battlefield has here with the students and how involved we get, it's really something great. And if obviously being someone here at Battlefield, just to see it as a student, it's awesome. So, obviously, the girls have their work cut out for them right now. And it's going to be a tough road to come back right now. But the ladies do have, there's no timer in volleyball. So if they just show up here for the next 3 sets, we could see a little bit of a miracle here as it doesn't look like Flint Hill's giving up anytime soon. So the scoreboard's reset. And it looks like we're just about ready to go and everybody's getting things going. Only 5 viewers tonight. I was expecting a little bit more. We usually get a lot for volleyball. We should get a lot for football on Friday. Make sure to tune into that. That's our next live stream. It'll be here at Battlefield. The Potomac Falls Panthers coming into town to take on your Bobcats. Battlefield upended 51-0 last time out to kick off the season at Westfield. Westfield within the last few years has been numerous state champions, so it was a tough night for the Bobcats. But the guys take on an easier opponent in Potomac Falls. They seem ready. Everybody seems amped up and excited. It's going to be gold out to honor childhood pediatric cancer. We're going to be there for that. It's going to be a fun time. So back to the action. Ashton Hamilton, who kind of struggled in the second set. This one goes off of a Husky, and Battlefield will now take their first lead in a really long time. So it's good to feed off that. We need the Den to keep going, keep the energy high, and Battlefield right now with a 1-0 lead. Jenks with the serve. Wow. Dupre out of the little break has not wasted any time. She's got her game going, and the Bobcats are seeing it right now. It is now 1-1. The biggest thing, a Flint Hill score needs to be responded by a Bobcat score. There's just no way around it. They got themselves in too deep of a hole earlier on, and that's why the final of set number 2 was just so brutal, 25-9. Had to be one of the worst set finals I've ever been at to call. So it'll be interesting to see. Nice block! Mara Arthur puts Battlefield back on top. The ladies will now serve. Can they keep it going? Can they build off the energy? It's going to be interesting to see. So the Den's getting loud here. The ladies feed off of that. Got it. That one's sailing out of play. Battlefield will go up by 2. So the Bobcats with a 3-1 lead. Juju Quintero on the serve for the Bobcats. Getting up high to Bree. Knocked down. Jenks to a knee with a nice dig. Carroll back to the front. Hamilton floats it. It had to be played by Larson. Here come. It sails out. And wow, a tough call. Coach Mills just shaking her head. We think that was a missed call. You be the judges at home for that one. Flint Hill's going to get a controversial score there. And just like that, that one sails out of play, so Battlefield will take a 4-2 lead. And it's interesting to see now, they have this little bit of a lead, obviously that controversial call. Battlefield for 5 of the 6 points really that they should, I think, have. They've definitely made adjustments in that break of the set. It's going to be something to look out for here as they're down 2-0. It's going to be a long road back to recovery. As that drive on the way, not one of the best we've seen from Flint Hill. Yates gets one over. And a double on the way. Battlefield will score. It's now 5-2. And it's going to be something now. The Bobcats 3 points. It might be their largest lead of the night. We'd have to go back to look into the first set when it was much closer. And wow, Cac Jenks with the best dig of the night for Battlefield. Quintero just threw it away. You never see her make those kind of mistakes. It's now 5-3. We're posing for some pictures here for the Instagram and the Twitter and all that. Look out for that tonight. Quintero, that one, she nearly played it. It sails out Battlefield. And wow, they're going to give that one to Flint Hill. Unbelievable. That one, they're going to say Quintero touched it. Unbelievable. Nice dig by Quintero. It sails out. And 3 controversial calls have brought the Huskies back to tie it. The officiating has not been unbiased. You know, you can say whatever you want about it, but at the end of the day, that's what it's going to be. Quintero's got to get into the front. Yates does play it. That was on the inside. It actually goes around the post. Battlefield has surrendered now. 4 unanswered. And they need to stop this run right now before it gets to what could potentially turn into a rough set here like we saw in the second.
So if you want to do it. So you look into here and it takes them quickly. Like this. Like look how fast. Oh, do you want to do pictures? Yeah. Okay. Alright, you look through the eyes and you can see the same.
Well, you can walk around and get shots. Yeah, go ahead. Zoom in on their faces and all that. We're getting some pictures here for the ladies for after the game. Battlefield, during that time that we were talking, it's now 7-6. Hallie Kozlowski, a classmate of mine in AP Lit, she's in with us here in the booth now. She's taking some notes for Eden as she's going to step away and get some pictures. As another drive on the way, one-handed dig by Quintero. Can Battlefield cash in? Opposite side, Ella Yates makes it 8-6. A veteran play there by Yates. She saw that everybody was coming towards her on the left side. She had the floor wide open on the right. Ella makes the adjustment. Battlefield takes the points just like that. It is now 8-6. Clark airmailed that one, and Flint Hill. Again, the miscues are killing Battlefield. You're not seeing them like the Husky. I mean, the Huskies just aren't doing that, and there's no way to to go around it. Dupre on the serve. Yates, Clark, now Morris. One-handed dig save there by Saluski. That one stayed in. It's now 8-8. A lot of these close plays. The Huskies are loving it. The Battlefield faithful is not. And it's now 8-8. So it'll be Denver Pugh on the serve for Flint Hill. The defending state champion Flint Hill Huskies in here at Battlefield. The girls got their work cut out for them if they're going to make this comeback. Pugh up to the front, Saluski. A drive on the way, blocked in the air. Quintero got it to the front. Morris, nice fake. Emma Morris gets Battlefield the lead right back. It's now 9-8. Some good stuff. So the Huskies serving up their rush right now. A nice little tap. Carson Carroll got it to Clark. Here comes the effort by Adams. Nice floater. Just a light little send on back by the Huskies. Quintero got it. Battlefield will get the lead to 2. Can they keep running with it? The Battlefield bench getting a little loud and amped up as you see Hamilton and Stevens celebrating over there. So Ellie Yates will get the serve for the Bobcats. Laying out. My goodness, what a dig by the Huskies. Clark, Morris, keeping it going, Link. Nice send back by Emma Morris. The most aggressive block of the night. Battlefield tying their largest lead of the night. It is 11-8. My goodness, it looked like Morris shot that out of a cannon and it was a block. Wow. 11-8 Battlefield. Can they keep it going? Ella Yates sends it over. Larson, a chance up. Blocked by Battlefield. Emma Morris. The lead is at its largest for the Bobcats. 12-8. Timeout, Huskies. We'll step away. Your Bobcats on top by 4 here on the Battlefield Sports Network. Back here out of the break. I don't know if the entire momentum has just shifted, but something's definitely happened. Battlefield is a lot more loud and amped up. Ellie Yates sends it over. Larson fields it in the back row. Salewski floats it. Clark getting there. She's over. That's going to be a Battlefield point. Yes, it is. The Bobcats lead it now by 5. Her hand was over the net, and the Bobcats lead it by 5. So Battlefield getting more comfortable now. Larson saving it was Link. Here it comes. Nice jump set there by Carroll, and now Quintero. Got it! Juju send that one into orbit. It's 14-8. You know, we still have a long way to go before the Bobcats find the result that they want. They have to have a lot of things go right to get there, but it seems that the girls are finding their game and they're adjusting well to the high-pressure offense of the Huskies. Floating it, Clark makes the save. Carson Carroll, now Quintero again. Larson saved that one. It wasn't too difficult for her to make the play. Now Link, she floats it again, diving out. What a save. Gonna be sent back. Near good block there by Battlefield. They keep it alive. That one's got to be sent over. Now Carson Carroll, Clark, Adams, far side. A good dig there by the Huskies. Again, Reed going out. She put too much. Battlefield's pulling away. It's 15-8. It is now 15-8. The Bobcats lead it by 7. Yates with a near ace there on the serve. Here it comes again up high. Nice save. And a good dig by Carroll. Quintero gets up high. Skips off some hands. Link to the far side. Reed backing up in the back row. Nice dig by Yates. Adams again. Another one for Battlefield. The bleeding continues here in set number 3. Up in the air, Reed to the front, a drive on the way, Yates, and the Huskies finally stop the bleeding, and it's now a 7-point lead. You can do it now. Quintero got it to the front, Olivia Clark. Quintero had a little too much on it, and the Huskies are into double digits at 16-10. Clark got it for Juju. A nice save there by the Huskies. Carroll for Clark. She's got to save it. Morris, that's not a double. And they're going to give it to the Huskies, 3 unanswered. Not a bad idea, even though Battlefield has this larger lead they haven't really had the pleasure of working with all night. If you call a time here with Coach Mills, you keep the Huskies from gaining momentum back, and you keep Battlefield in the driver's seat here in set number 3. So it's got to be over miscommunication. You got to call a timeout there, and Coach Mills does just that. The Huskies with 4 unanswered. Battlefield still leads by 4. They're going to make their adjustments and talk things over. We will step away. A lot of high-powered and quick action coming to you. I'm losing my voice, but that's all right. Here in the booth, it's 16 to 12 here. Battlefield in the set, but 2-0 Huskies here on the Battlefield Sports Network. You know, back here in the booth, I'm sure you can hear the den. I'm sure you can hear all the loud screaming that, you know, we're hearing here. So we're going to, you know, this is the atmosphere that we've gotten now for volleyball games, and we wanted to stay that way as Quintero lets it go. Link, she's going to volley it over. Getting down to one knee, it was Yates. Now Quintero, a little too much on it. Floats it over, Battlefield keeps it going, as down to a knee was Morris. Now Quintero will try again. What a dive by Flint Hill. That one could have been a double there. It's controversial. Clark sends it over. Nice fake by her. Link, now back to Saluski. Clark dug it out. Carroll running on into play. And wow, that one just rolls right off the hands of Hillary Adams. The lead is now just trimmed to 3. The Bobcats were enjoying a 16-8 lead at one point earlier in this very set. Quintero, Clark, and now back to Adams. She tries again. Every controversial call has been going to Flint Hill. And right now, that's 6 unanswered for the Huskies. They need to put a foot in the door. The Huskies are getting their momentum back. Morris does just that. Emma Morris is dialed in once again. She was on fire last time we were here doing a stream against Forest Park. She had a great game on Monday against Colgan in a 3-0 Battlefield win. She's rocking and rolling. She's going to be a big part of the efforts here in the comeback. Phew, that one not really near anybody. And the Bobcats will now lead by 4 as the ball there had to stand up, came over at us here in the booth. Battlefield lead back to more comfortable mark. It's 18-4. That one goes over into the bench. It's 19-4 Battlefield. 19-4 Battlefield. The guys are going to have to find their mark right now. Can they hold on to this lead? It's a 5-point lead. The ladies need 6 to take the set. Emma Morris, kind of a lofter, a little bit of a rainbow play. Over. I think they called it early. It's over. And no, it's not. So, I mean, the whistle came it came before Quintero actually even touched the ball, so that's why I thought they're calling it over the net there on Flint Hill. So an early whistle there by the refs. I mean, nothing has really gone Battlefield's way when it's come to the officiating. Even in the fans. I mean, one of the cowbells got restricted, and Quintero puts that one right into the net. It's now 19-16. (19-16) Battlefield. Flint Hill is on an 8-3 run right now. Clark to Juju. She got up high, but not high enough as it was played on the block by the by the Huskies. And right there, it was an attempted Battlefield block, and the ball went redirecting out of play. 19-17 is the score. This could be the final set of the game if the Huskies can come back and win this thing 3-0, but the Bobcats are hoping to push this thing to a fourth set. Quintero kind of ate her up on that one, but she's all right. Juju. Nice play down to a knee by Rachel Larson. A chance over. Yates saving it. Quintero backing up. Now Adams. She had to send it over on a bump. Another effort. Nice floater. And some efforts there by Battlefield that would not be good enough. It is 19-18. The Huskies have pulled it within one. Zoe Huang. Yates. Clark to Arthur. Haven't called her number in a while. We are tied. 19-19 is the score. Battlefield had a 16-8 lead, and the Huskies have come to tie it. An 11-3 run that doesn't look like it's going to be stopped anytime soon. Quintero. Clark back to Juju. They've called her number a lot. A missed block there by the Huskies, and Battlefield will get the lead right back. It's 20-19. A really tight set here, where Battlefield must win if they want to have a chance to win the contest. Kat Jenks will come into your picture in a second, as she does just now. Larson. This one's got to get over. Nice block by Miriam Arthur, and Battlefield will lead it by 2. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm yelling. I feel like I'm yelling. The voice is kind of gone, and that's okay. Jenks. Fielded by Larson to the front row. Now a chance. Nice float. Hamilton and Arthur went up for the block. And a nice read by Denver Pugh. And the lead is just 1 for the Bobcats. Reed, a low liner there on the serve. Jenks, back to Quintero. This one's got to be sent over. Yates can't do it. We are tied at 21. Back and forth we go. The Bobcats in jeopardy of falling 3-0 tonight should the Huskies prevail here in set number 3. Sydney Reed on the serve. Jenks, Arthur. And the Huskies have the lead. Timeout, Battlefield. The Bobcats had a 16-8 lead in this set. Since then, it's a 14-5 run for Flint Hill. We will step away for an exciting conclusion to set number 3. Don't go anywhere here on the Battlefield Sports Network. Out of the timeout, Battlefield trails by 1. They must win this set to have a chance at pulling off tonight's contest. Sydney Reed once more will do the serving. Yates falling down makes the play. Jenks, Hamilton floats it. Easy play for Huang. Out of the back row, Reed, a lot on that one. Out by a good 6 feet. Battlefield ties it up at 22. So don't go anywhere. The Bobcats back and forth here. They've surrendered their large lead, and they have tied it. Here they come. Blocked, but out of play. Flint Hill gets the lead back. It's 23-22. Dupre, Yates, Jenks, Arthur. Not a lot on that one. Running around are the Huskies. Huang, Hamilton. Goes back to Ashton. Has to punch it over. Arthur diving out is Reed with one hand. Wow. What a kill by the Huskies, and Flint Hill is 1 point away from a 3-0 sweep of the Bobcats. The Bobcats have been pushed to the brink. In a set where they led 16-18, it comes down to this. That one didn't get over. That one helps the Bobcats. Now they'll get the ball here on the serve. And if they can get it right here, you have to win by 2. So hold on, don't go anywhere. Carson Carroll gets it over. And that's it. The Huskies have won 25-23 the final. They win it 3-0. And we knew this one was going to be tight, but that's it. The game is over. And obviously they knew the skill that Flint Hill had tonight, but the girls fought, and that second set really is going to be what really decided this thing. Battlefield got themselves in an early hole, and that is the game. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Not the outcome we were hoping for, but we're going to be back in the booth Friday for football. So make sure to tune in for that. But that's it from us here in the booth as our fans here are heading out. A tough game for the Bobcats. They fall 3-0 to Flint Hill. No after-game interview coming here, but we appreciate everybody tuning in. That's it from me in the booth, Matt Venezia of the Battlefield Sports Network. We hope you enjoy your Wednesday, and we're signing off.